Ladies and gentlemen, Klay Thompson. Listen. We're gonna come back and read all this, but listen, Klay Thompson with the Miami Heat, bro. Breaking: Klay Thompson is expected to sign with the Miami Heat after he clears waivers upon a contract buyout with the Dallas Mavericks. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, Klay wasn't really doing nothing for real in Dallas, so I feel like this is not too bad of a trade. He's playing with Bam and Giannis. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about Klay with the Heat. That was a crazy voice crack, by the way. But we're gonna come back down to this right here. We have a American business leader by the name of Mark Stad who has completed a deal to become the controlling owner and largest shareholder of the NBA's Minnesota Timberwolves and my fault and WNBA's Minnesota Lynx by buying the majority of co-owner Mark Lore's stake at a 4.5 billion valuation, sources tell ESPN. Lore will retain a minority investment in the teams while Rodriguez has decided to increase his equity percentages, sources said. Lord elected to take a step back from his co-owner and co-chairman roles in order to focus on the IPO push for his food tech company, the Wonder Group, over the next calendar year. Believe in changing over ownership seats with Stad gave the Timberwolves the best opportunity for continued success. Now we're gonna react to the man Chris move on Klay signing with Miami Heat after this. So Stad, the founder and managing partner of Dragoneer Investment Group, had been a significant minority investor in the Timberwolves and Lynx under the ownership group of Lore and Alex Rodriguez. Sources said the transfer of ownership between the Stad family and Lore developed after months of conversations and allowed Stad, Rodriguez, and Lore to continue working together and maintain the Timberwolves and Lynx current leadership structures. His wife will serve as the Timberwolves governor. Rodriguez will continue to serve as co-owner of both the Timberwolves and Lynx. All right. ESPN story on Mark purchasing control of ownership of Timberwolves and Lynx. 4.5 valuation. We just read that. Klay with the Heat. We have to talk about that first. And then we have DeRozan. Y'all thought it was finished. You know what I'm saying? We have 6-time NBA All-Star DeMar DeRozan has agreed to sign with the Denver Nuggets on a 1-year, $3.9 million deal. Now back to this. Thompson and the Mavericks navigated a buyout from his $17.5 million expiring salary after the 4-time NBA champion made it clear to Dallas that he wanted to play for a contender. The Heat made one of the NBA's all-time greatest shooters their top free agent priority this summer to surround Giannis and Bam, and waited nearly 2 months on his release. Klay plans to sign a 2-year, nearly $13 million deal with the Miami Heat after clearing waivers with a player option in the second season. All right, y'all, we're going to check out the man Chris move and hear what he has to say, and I'll see y'all in a few seconds. And we're back. You know what I'm saying? We got Klay Thompson to sign with Miami Heat from the one and only Chris Move. Let's get it. Where the hell is the audio?
Klay Thompson is expected to sign with the Miami Heat. He's going to get a buyout with the Dallas Mavericks. Klay was supposed to get $17 million this season, but he's out of there. Remember, he went to the Mavs to play with Luka, and then they got rid of Luka, so it makes sense that he wanted to get up out of there. And there were a lot of other teams that were looking at adding Klay as well. So the Heat, that's good for them. They need as many shooters as they can get. Since leaving the Warriors, Klay, he hasn't been the same. Last season, he averaged 11 points per game, 38% from three, and the season before, he averaged 14 points. So nothing too crazy, but with the Heat adding Giannis, his job is going to be easy. He's just going to be shooting open shots. He doesn't really have to do much. So it's a perfect fit for him. And you never know. Every once in a while, he might step into the hot tub of youth. He might give us a flashback performance. He definitely has it still in him, but it's just not going to come out every game. Maybe every once in a while, maybe there'll be a game in the playoffs where he'll have one where he goes crazy, but there's really no pressure on him to perform like that in every game. In other NBA news, we've got another team being sold. Again, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now Mark Stad is going to buy them, and he's also going to get the WNBA team as well. It's going to be for a total of $4.5 billion. We just saw the Lakers sell for $12 billion. Obviously, Minnesota is not worth the Lakers. They're not that level of a franchise, $4.5 billion, but you know, that's still pretty good. That's a lot of money. That's not bad at all. Then we've got James Harden. He's going to stay with the Cavs, a 3-year deal, $97 million. So that team is basically going to stay the same. Remember,
we reacted to that in a previous video, so we already know about that.
Opted out because they thought maybe they could get LeBron. LeBron chooses Philly. So now he's going to stay there, but I don't know how much of a threat that Cavs team is because we saw what they did in the playoffs. They're not really getting better. And finally, the Denver Nuggets, they just made a questionable trade. It looks like a money decision. They got rid of Peyton Watson for some draft picks. They got 1 first-round draft pick, and they got a 2nd-round draft pick coming up later in 2031. The Cavs got rid of Max Strus. He's going to the Clippers. And the Cavs also traded Trey Mann. He's on his way to the Clippers. Everybody has to keep an eye on the Denver Nuggets because there's rumors that the Lakers, they want to get Jokic and Luka on the same team. Some people are saying Jokic will just stay with the Denver Nuggets forever, but maybe not. You never know. So I guess we'll see because his contract extension, it's coming up in the 2027 offseason. He'll be eligible to get that max contract, to get the max money, but you just never know what's going to happen. It's just like Giannis. Giannis was kind of waiting around. He was in a similar situation. Now he's out of there. With all these moves they're making, are they getting better as a franchise? Or will it even matter? Maybe for Jokic it won't matter and he'll just stay there and collect the money, but you never know, so we'll keep an eye on it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Give that guy up.
Hey, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all feel like the Miami Heat are now in the rotation? Y'all let me know, bro. But other than that, that is the end of this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And with all that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one.